Guy that really was just always there cleaning. He was the best, probably one of the best cleaners that I've ever seen in my life. He always kept the classrooms extremely clean. He helped us put the chairs back the way they were supposed to be. I didn't know Harry very well, but I was able to talk with him a couple of times, and he seemed like a really, really sweet, great guy. And I'm very, very sorry for his for the Hanohano family's loss. But I do remember him being just a really, really sweet guy who was always willing to talk to us. And yeah, he was a really, really great man.
I can say a funny thing because Harry was like a soldier. He was always there in the back classroom, always kind of protecting us without the kids even knowing. But as a parent, knowing that there was another adult who was watching out, not only for the property, but for these guys every Friday night. I've even been scolded by him. I was scolded by him. And that's how much he loved the church, the building, the bathroom. So he was like the protector of the kids and the property. So we are very shocked and saddened that he is gone. First, wanted to say thank you.
Yeah. No, we thank you. We thank Harry.
Thank you so much.
Aloha everybody, I'd like to give a quick word about Uncle Harry Hanohano, who was a blessing to many of us during his time here on earth. As a member of Hearts, I remember that Uncle Harry was always there at our practices. Sometimes he'd sit and enjoy the music, but other times he was watching over us. He was always there to offer a helping hand in cleanup after practices. And when he wasn't doing either of those things, he was tidying up the bathrooms, or he was changing out trash can liners or cleaning up the kitchen. He was very humble and to himself, and yet every single practice I remember him coming up to me and greeting me with a shaka and a smile. He exemplified what it means to be a servant in the house of God, and yet he expected no credit for his humble lifestyle of service that he had chosen to live. And personally, I believe that that humility makes him all the more honorable. Rest in love, Uncle Harry. I'll talk story with you again someday in heaven.
Harry was always so nice and made us feel secure when he was around. He was always willing to help us whenever we needed anything, and I'm gonna miss saying goodbye to him after long days at the church. Rest in peace, and until we meet again.
Whenever I would see him, he would ask if there was anything he could do to help me. From returning lost water bottles to helping clean up after choir practice, he truly went above and beyond to help. So thank you, Uncle Harry, for always being so kind, friendly, and for always going that extra mile for all of us in Hearts.
What to say about Harry? I mean, he had a servant's heart. He was always there for us whenever we needed him at the church. If we had a rehearsal at the church, we needed something, we'd go and ask him, because he was the guy, he was the one guy who was always there for us. So, love you, Harry.
One thing I will always remember about Harry was his very caring and kind attitude. Whenever I was at Hearts practice, he always smiled at me and said hello, and when I had to close up at night, he always made sure that I got to my car safe, and I just really appreciated the time that I had with him, and I hope that everyone can just be as kind and as caring as Harry was.
If I were to use one word to describe Harry Hanohano, it would be the word grace. He represented the Kailua Church of the Nazarenes so well in caring for the children of Hearts. Over 100 of them would pass through the church every single week. Those of us who knew him well considered him a member of Team Hearts. I would say the main contribution that Harry made to us was that he made us feel safe. You know, when you're working with many children, it's difficult to also be aware of your surroundings. But Harry was there for us, and he took care of that. Harry also would let us know when the children weren't perfect. He would say, "Auntie Pam, do you know that the children left the water running in the bathroom?" So then we would talk to the children and let them know that they also had a responsibility to take care of the church. The older students appreciated Harry the most because they got to know him. On Friday nights when we would go to clean up, they would go to him and say, "How would you like the church set up for Sunday service?" And he would say, "Oh, you don't need to do that." And we would say, "Don't be crazy. We have 35 strong youth here. Let us do it." So he would. And then they would ask him if they had any questions about how to change the trash out or where the liners were. He was always kind to them, and many of them have expressed great sorrow at his loss. I would say that Harry represents the aroma of Christ. And we would like to honor Harry at this time by singing one of our favorite songs, Soon and Very Soon, We Are Going to See the King.
Soon and very soon, we are going to see the King. Soon and very soon, we are going to see the King. Soon and very soon, we are going to see the King. Hallelujah, hallelujah, we're going to see the King. No more crying there, we are going to see the King. No more crying there, no more crying there, we are going to see the King. No more crying there, we are going to see the King. Hallelujah, hallelujah, we're going to see the King. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Should there be any rivers we must cross? Should there be any mountains we must climb? God will supply all the strength that we need. Give us strength till we reach the other side. Hallelujah, Jesus taught us and washed us but we all shall meet again on the other side. No more dying there, we are going to see the King. Oh, no more dying there, we are going to see the King. Hallelujah, no more dying there, we are going to see the King. Hallelujah, hallelujah, we're going to see the King. Hallelujah, soon and very soon, we are going to see the King. Oh, soon and very soon, we are going to see the King. Hallelujah, soon and very soon.